Hola familia, ¿qué tal? I'm so glad that once again you decided to join us for In Between the Sermons. Oh, in sermons, I'm sorry. Here we're trying to connect God's message from one Sunday to the next. The idea, church, is that the message that God is providing for us is not like it's not like a shotgun, like when that it is dispersed and it hits almost everything. The idea here is that God's message is more like a laser beam, like it's focus, it has consistency, it has unity. So we go from one Sunday to the next. We go through a specific book in the Bible. In this case, we are in the book of Job, and we begin at chapter 1, verse 1, and then we move through, and we are listening to God's message every Sunday. But the sermon from Sunday to Sunday is connected. It's not just independent messages, but it's part of the whole picture that God is presenting to us. So it's not dispersed like if you were to shoot a target with a gunshot, um, like that, but it's more cohesive. There's more cohesion in God's message. We have been talking about, or we have been listening to the message from God regarding of how to face the here and now. Last Sunday was August the 9th, and we were in Job chapter 2, the first part of Job 2. This coming Sunday, we're going to be on chapter 3 and 4 with the second part or the last part of chapter 2. Almost it will be almost like not an introduction of new characters, new people that are participating in the story, almost like a transition from what Job has been saying to now another type of declarations and also the interaction with his friends. So there's a transition at the end of chapter 2, and chapter 3 and 4. That's going to be our focus for coming Sunday, this coming Sunday, August the 16th. So, one important component, one important truth that God is telling or has been talking to us about is that often we we are not told. It's not for us to know why we are suffering. I know that is kind of a bummer. It's kind of like, I wish I could know, but generally speaking, God is not obligated, not even generally speaking, God is not obligated to tell us the details of why we are facing the problems we are facing. However, what we are told, what God is clearly saying to us, is that regardless of the problems, He is Lord and He is compassionate. So we can find some comfort, not necessarily in knowing the reason of our suffering. Sometimes we do, but even if we don't, that is not our comfort. Our comfort comes from knowing that in the midst of this trouble, He remains being Lord, He remains being compassionate. Therefore, this problem, this pain, this suffering, He can use it to show me clearly who He is and what He does, His beauty, and to show me clearly my own heart, the good things and the bad things in my heart. On August the 9th, last Sunday, the Lord kind of presented to us a warning uh, against being proudful and almost feeling entitled to know. Like, I have to know why I'm suffering. I have to be careful with that. Careful with your pride idolatry. That's what God was telling us. Because a life full of pride, idolatry, can lead to more pain. It can lead to an inflated idea of self. It can create a, a perfect environment for bitterness to grow. So we have to be careful. Be careful that we don't embrace what the world is telling that we deserve to know, that we are so important that we have to be informed of everything that's happening in the universe, including our. And again, this kind of life full of pride can lead us to a deep frustration, even bitterness. This is a perfect environment for bitterness to grow. We're constantly trying to find satisfaction. We cannot find it. We are angry constantly. Nothing is satisfying us. We demand to know, but God is not going to tell us because He doesn't have to. We are not accepting this idea that we can know Him better, that we can know ourselves better. So we are in this constant anger. We are bitter. So I have to be careful with that. And He's the one that provides for us. He can give us humility, a humility that fuels our worship and our gratitude, and how we should express this humble life with generosity. That was the message from last Sunday. This coming Sunday, we will notice a change in the way Job speaks. So far, he has been a paragon of faithfulness and faith. He's a giant of faith, and he has uttered things like, "God brought me this way. He's going to take me out of this life this way. He gave, He took away. May the Lord of God be blessed," or worship. So, but there's going to be a change in that attitude, and we're going to notice that Job begins to buckle a little under the pressure. He's going to start expressing real frustration in very interesting ways, very unique ways. Um, Not unique, no. I think we can identify exactly with what Job is saying. Um, Two of the big points, or the important points for the message of this Sunday, is this, beloved, that number one, that God knows that He knows our limitation, that He is not this detached Father asking for something that is impossible for us to give, always asking and never giving. That's not God. So Job is being presented here as an example of what we are, or who we are, the way we are fragile and in need. So there's no need for us um, as Christians to always be perfect, to have this perfect life, this picture perfect discipleship. No, life is a mess, and sometimes we feel like we feel as depressed as Job. So this is the realistic side, or not realistic side, but the realistic, the real nature of the message. There's no need to pretend that it is okay to have a messy life when we are following Christ. The second uh, point message is going to be that God provides for us comfort. He provides, he provides sympathy for us. He is sympathetic towards us. He provides comfort to us in who He is and what He does. He demonstrates that. It's more than just saying it. Even when He says that, He is compassionate. He has sympathy. He wants to give us comfort, but it's not only giving us that comfort and sympathy from afar. He has demonstrated He's here with us. He's closer, and this may be an issue for some of us. He's closer than our friends. He really cares for you and me. That is the message for this Sunday. I hope you can join us for the worship service. It's at 10:30 this coming Sunday, from 10:30 to around 11:45. I hope you can join us in person. Know that all the procedures that we have, you can find out more about them in our website. But we have all these procedures in place to prevent propagation, to prevent moving forward of the pandemic. And if for whatever reason you cannot come to the building, know that it will be live streamed at also 10:35, 10:30. I'm sorry, 10:30 to 11:45 via our YouTube channel. Either way, I hope you can join us. It's an important message for all of us. Sympathy and comfort from the triune God of the universe for you and me in these times of need, and actually in any time, but particularly in these times of need. Come, let us worship together. I hope to have the blessing of counting with your presence this coming Sunday. Until then, may He bless you and keep you. Ciao.